we're now 4 months into 2019 and life is good. The Elder Scrolls Blades mobile game is in early access. We've recently found out that Skyrim Grandma is going to be immortalised in The Elder Scrolls 6, and on April 24th, we get to see Ant-Man fly into Thanos' ass and expand to save the universe. In this video, we will be looking at 10 of the best mods that were created for Fallout 4 so far in 2019. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss them. First up at number 10, we have Detection Shades by LBGC. Have you ever wanted to pretend you're a Terminator in Fallout? Well, now you can with the Detection Shades. You can find the Detection Shades in a lunch pouch at Red Rocket Truck Stop. This mod essentially adds the Targeting HUD mod that you can get on power armor helmets to a pair of patrolman sunglasses. However, the Detection Shades are a bit more advanced than the Targeting HUD because these glasses actually highlight enemies in red and friendlies in green, which makes it easier to spot enemies at night, and it adds a red hue that can be seen through walls and other objects to dead things, which makes it easier for you to find them and loot them. There are a few things to note, however. Sometimes after sleeping in a bed, the effects of Detection Shades will stop. To fix this, just take them off for a couple seconds and put them on again. Also, non-hostiles won't change to red if they become hostile unless you take the shades off and put them back on. So watch out for ghouls that play dead and friendly and then spring up on you and attack when you get too close, because it won't change to red. Some may consider this a cheat mod, but I think considering we already have the Targeting HUD, it's possible these glasses could exist in the Fallout world if you were to modify the Targeting HUD technology. So if you like the sound of the Detection Shades, go ahead and download them. Next up is Beachmont, a new settlement by Deku78. Beachmont is a functional new settlement that can be found northwest of the Museum of Witchcraft. It's a simple settlement, and I'm sure you worked out from the name it's located at a nice beach area, which makes it a nice place for a settlement. It's quite a simple settlement, however it's neatly put together and looks like a settlement that could have easily been made by Bethesda themselves. Its features include a simple functional settlement, a beautiful place with a lagoon view, a legendary weapon, workstations for survival players, access to water. All objects are able to be taken apart. It's randomly attacked, just like any other settlement. It even has some backstory behind it. We learned from the mod's description that in the 1930s, Beachmont was used as the central community area for swimming, with Love Rock used for diving when the tide was right. Beachmont was also the mooring site for one or more lobster fishermen's boats. Clams and mussels were available in abundance, but while the clams were often dug, the mussels went unharvested. The shore of Beachmont, like others in Revere, was patrolled by soldiers at night during World War II. This is a nice little settlement mod if you're into settlement building and management. Give this mod a download. Next up is Shaggy Apartment, Commonwealth's Worst Place to Live by DRM Abuse 1981. I'm not hating on this mod, it is actually called the Commonwealth's Worst Place to Live. However, in reality, it ain't that bad. It's the perfect home for a filthy, jet and psycho-addicted raider with quick access to Solomon's drugstore in Diamond City. This home is designed for raiders and scavengers as it's like a dirty drug den. It even has a personal guard that patrols outside. The apartment can be found just outside Diamond City on the road up to Hardware Town. The entire house was built from scratch by the modder and has 3 floors. The first floor is already decorated with junk and other decorations, however the second and third floors have junk that you can scrap so that you can decorate those floors however you like. The home also has pre-installed workbenches for weapons, armor, chemistry lab and a compact power armor workbench. If you're role-playing as a scaver or a filthy raider, this is the player home for you. Next up is Chestnut Hill Station, New Settlement by Deku78. This mod is similar to the Beachmont mod we mentioned earlier, as it has a brand new functional settlement. Chestnut Hill Station is situated on a railway line, which in pre-war times would have been very stupid, but luckily following the atomic bombs, there are no trains anymore, so it's all good. It's a good area for a settlement, with a few pre-existing buildings and houses, although I'm not sure why there were ruined houses there, considering it was right next to railway tracks. Seems a bit of a stupid place to put a house, but what do I know. The features of the settlement are a simple functional settlement, a central location near Diamond City, a small story content, a legendary weapon, workstations for survival players, all objects are able to be taken apart, lots of space to build in, and it's randomly attacked just like any other settlement. The settlement also has its own backstory. The mod description says, Chestnut Hill is a stop on the MBTA Green Line D branch, located off Hammond Street, north of Massachusetts Road 9, in the Chestnut Hill neighborhood of Newton, Massachusetts. The station has 2 side platforms serving the line's 2 tracks. Chestnut Hill Station is not handicapped accessible. It's a decent new settlement, so if you enjoy settlement building and management, give this mod a download. Next up, we have Portable Camping and Construction by LAKEY. The mod description says, have you always wanted to camp out in the wilderness with all the comforts and utilities of home? Are you playing survival mode and want to sleep without trekking 30 minutes to the last mattress you saw, or just need a chair so you can wait a few hours? Would you get a kick out of living in a lighthouse on top of a tugboat, above the Pridgewin? Do you need a secure place to store some loot so you don't have to return home halfway through a mission to dump £500 of junk? Would you like to break down some items for their important parts without ever leaving the comfort of the bandit camp you just attacked? Wouldn't it be convenient to build a bridge across that ravine rather than marching down into it and back up again over and over? Or build a wall to block off some enemies and deal with them later? Have you ever tried other camping or construction mods, only to find that quickly removing and rebuilding your new projects was too cumbersome? Then this is the mod for you. In a trunk right outside of Vault 111, you will find an object eraser, a knife, and a collection of rings blessed by the 9 divines. Imbued with amazing technology. Equip one of these rings, and the object of your desire will appear right where you're standing, oriented in the direction and angle you're facing. If you like, you can equip and unequip a ring without ever leaving your inventory menu, and your object will still be placed when you leave the menu. If you change your mind about that object, or you don't like the way it's facing, just use the object eraser to whisk it away to the void and make another one. You can build and destroy each object as many times as you like. All workbenches, the surgery and barber chair, and even the workshop are functional wherever you place them. This allows you to create settlements and camps wherever you want. Setting it all up can be tricky and wonky, but once you get the hang of it, it's a fantastic idea and works quite well. If you're playing on survival mode and want to be able to put down a bed whenever you need it, so you don't lose hours of progress, this mod is a must-have. Up next is Death Tunnel by Rose Rosenberg. This mod adds a raid to Fallout 4 that consists of more than 1,500 ghouls all packed into subway tunnels. This mod is essentially a challenge to see how long you can survive, because no matter how powerful your character is, you're probably going to die. I swear I couldn't actually find the end of this dungeon, despite just running through it for ages. I'm not even sure if it has an end, but that doesn't matter because the experience of being charged at by hundreds of ghouls at a time feels like it's something straight out of World War Z. I had a blast blowing through the ghouls with an assault rifle, taking out massive chunks of them with the big boy, and having to jump on top of a car to stay out of their reach. It made me feel like I was in a zombie film, and it was the most fun I've had in Fallout in a while. If you want to experiment with some crazy weapons, or just feel the satisfaction of killing thousands of ugly ghouls, you should definitely download this mod. It's great fun. Next up is Upgrades Extended by Jims89. This is a neat mod that helps with character progression for very high level late game characters. It seeks to keep the weapons viable in the later game by extending the vanilla upgrade system. The mod extends the gun nut and science perks to offer additional ranks requiring up to level 100, which offer increasing ranks of upgrades as in the base game. As for the upgrades themselves, the mod focuses on weapon receivers that increase damage stats. The upgrades are in line with vanilla scaling where possible to avoid making weapons gratuitously overpowered, though some of the upper tier upgrades are quite strong but have a very high level requirement to craft. The weapons that get new receiver mods include, for the ballistic gun nut perk, you get 10mm pistol receivers, .44 revolver receivers, assault rifle receivers, combat shotgun receivers, deliverer receivers, and hunting rifle receivers. With the energy science perk, you get laser pistol / rifle receivers, plasma pistol / rifle receivers, Gauss rifle receivers, and Gatling laser receivers. Personally, my only issue with this mod is that it should also add more automatic receivers for all of the weapons, because the 10mm pistol that I upgraded only had semi-automatic receiver upgrades. Other than that, I think it's a great idea that makes sense when you have a level 70, 80 plus character, which is quite easy to achieve in Fallout 4 if you have high intelligence or the idiot savant perk. If you have an extremely high level character that could do with some buffed weapons to keep up with high level enemies, this mod is for you. At numero 3, we have Here Smoking by Hirami. This mod makes your character look at least 3 times as cool as anyone else because it allows you to smoke immersively in Fallout 4. At the chemistry station there is a new Here Smoking section which allows you to craft a readme note that when read adds a new aid item to your inventory called Let's Smoke. It also allows you to craft cigarettes which you need to activate the smoking animation. You can even craft nicotinell, which increases the frequency your character takes a drag on the cigarette during the animation. You can only smoke in third person, and you can only do it while standing. Also, you can only smoke if you have a cigarette in your inventory, which is a nice touch, and I feel that it makes it super immersive. I do not endorse smoking at all in real life, but in Fallout, I'm all for it. Go ahead and smoke like a chimney. Oh, but maybe not too much because the mod even adds a new addiction which gives you negative effects if you smoke too much. This is a great mod that adds new role-playing possibilities to the game. Go ahead and give it a download. Next up is the Nelson Double Settlement by my favourite PS4 modder, Madrox. This mod adds a brand new settlement to Fallout 4, but it's unlike any other settlement you'll find in the game. The mod description says, "It was the darkest season. A few years after the bombs fell, N. Nelson, a great tattoo artist, found a way to create glow-in-the-dark tattoos. But his ways of getting his ink could be called doubtful. Discover his tattoo parlor and loft on top, and make it your home. 2 settlements, 1 internal cell with day and night cycle, and 1 loft overlooking downtown Boston." This is a brilliant mod that adds a short quest and an awesome and unique settlement into the game that must have taken a lot of time to create, with lots of detail, unique decorations and moving parts. It's another fantastic settlement mod from Madrox, whom we wouldn't expect anything less from. Last but certainly not least, we have the Grognak's bodysuit by Boulder Blazer. This mod adds a rather raunchy bodysuit to the game called Grognak's bodysuit that can be crafted at a chem station under utilities. It's a skin tight suit that really shows off your character's assets, so I anticipate that this mod is going to be quite popular. It also has some abilities. They are +1 strength, +1 endurance, +1 agility, 25 energy resistance, 25 radiation resistance, slight increase to melee damage, slight increase to unarmed damage, slight increase to movement speed, slight increase to jump height, legendary mod slot, ballistic weave slot, armor lining slot, power armor miscellaneous slot. It's also under armor, so armor pieces can be worn on top of it, which is really nice. There is also an alternate version of the suit that has all of the same benefits, however it also features a cape and hood. Just be careful when wearing armor on top of it because it will clip into the cape. There is also a version of the suit without the increase to jump height if you find that too unrealistic. The mod author is looking into creating more suits, so keep an eye on future updates or new mods from Boulder Blazer. This is a good new armor mod that I think works really well as an under armor, although I would have liked it if you could choose from a few different colours, so if you're watching this Boulder Blazer, please add some more colour options. Specifically black would be good. Cheers. That does take us to the end of the video. I really do hope you enjoyed it or found it helpful in some way. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, because it really helps my self-esteem. I have plenty more videos showing off the amazing work PS4 modders do, so if you're looking for more mods to improve your Fallout 4 experience, make sure you check out some more of my videos, and make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss any future videos. I'll see you in the next one. Ad Victoriam, brothers and sisters.